mute.
Hello to all the geek enthusiasts and nerd aficionados. We are back. MaliceCast is here. It's time to start the podcast. It's time to turn off mics. It's time to get things started on the MaliceCast tonight. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Okay.
All right, there's our new intro. You got to do it every week now.
Welcome back for season 2. We've had a nice little hiatus. Been gone since end of November through December. So if you guys have been checking out on YouTube, we've had best ofs come out that have been very entertaining to watch through the whole season 1 and find the gems, which there was quite a few. We know Super Hoovian is the phrase master. And we've learned that it's a toss-up between Zorro and Beacon on who is the better with impersonations. So,
oh boy,
because it's definitely not me, as we learned in the Bill Murray impersonation.
Definitely not me.
And then we also learned that Igor's middle name is obscure. So, in the best ofs.
Igor Obscure. Okay, I need one more.
It was Igor Obscure, and his last name was extra obscure. I think he said in the because he has
Awesome
all those
Esquire.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys are here for the first time, thank you so much for chiming in. Make sure to talk in the live chat. We are simulcasting on YouTube. We're simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. This is a first for us. So our main chat is going to be on YouTube. That's where we're really going to be paying attention, focusing what's going on. I'll try and go into what's going on Twitch every once in a while. But our whole thing today is just to catch up on what the heck we missed since December. There's a lot of nerd stuff that happened. Star Wars, one of them. Justice League, crossovers with the CW, all little tiny things, just small things that happen. But yeah, we want to nerd out with you guys, geek out with you guys, talk about everything that happened, your thoughts, your opinions on the stuff, if it was good, if it was bad, something that we missed that we should check out, all that type of stuff. We're going to get into that, but let's talk about who's on the cast with us today. You have me, your standard host when I'm here. If I don't have
standard issue nerd news podcast host.
Yep. Yes, MEST 5150. Hola. You have my co-host and quite often host of the show, Mr. Beacon. How goes it, Beacon?
It goes, man. It goes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah.
Connor?
Good to be here. Yes.
Nice.
As always, our female persuasion on cast, Super Hoovian Freak. Say hello.
I'm not gonna sing, but mostly just because I'm getting over a cold, so it ain't gonna sound pretty if I try and sing.
Oh, but you might be able to do that that smelly cat with the
the sticky
nice
sticky shoes. I think I'll leave that one up to Lisa Kudrow. She's the only one that can pull off that.
She got all sexy and sultry with it when she got that cold that one episode.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Who was her old friend that covered her song like from the Divinals or something like that?
It was the lead singer of the Pretenders.
The Pretenders.
that was such a great episode.
It did the cover of it. So since he's talking, we got to introduce him. Mr. Zorro, how you doing?
I'm good. I believe Igor had something that he wanted to do with my intro. I'm not sure what it is, but go for it.
Out of the night, when the full moon is bright. I knew you'd recognize this. Comes a horseman known as Zorro. This bold renegade comes a Z with his blade. This very unique Senor Zorro.
Wow. See, this is what happens when I put best ofs together for season 1. We start getting some really wild, crazy things going on in the first episode.
Coming out the gates winging. Good luck piecing this one together.
Yeah. And speaking of cold, I'm currently in the sweating phase of my fever back and forth swing. But NyQuil's doing good things to me, so we'll see what happens.
So, and since Igor, how goes it, Igor? Because you were singing, but we want to say hi, howdy.
I'm the token one who's not diseased, apparently. I got that out of the way last month.
And I want to say hello to the chat. Ken, Marley Baugh, Robert, welcome back, guys. We've missed you.
Oh, you guys remembered.
Marley Baugh said that she gets to be Statler and Waldorf. She calls claims. Oh, I don't know.
No, Robert, that would be Zoro the Gay Blade. That is not me.
Slightly different.
So we'll get really quickly into, like I said, we're going to talk about things that we missed that we want to chit chat about. We always start off our podcasts with what you've been geeking out on, what you've been nerding out on, getting your geek on. I'm going to change that up a little bit. I do want to know what you guys have been geeking out on for the last month since we've been gone, but tell me the best geek, nerd, pop culture gift you got for Christmas. Go, Beacon.
Jeez. I got this Punisher shirt, which is pretty cool. I also got a mini fridge, so I sent a picture in our chat room about it. It only holds 6 cans. It's a little igloo. It's only like that big. It's under my desk right now, keeping my dews cold. I would say that's pretty nerdy because
phrasing.
Whoa. Whoa. Nice. Good catch. So yeah, that was pretty nerdy, but you want to know what I've been nerding out on too? Sure. Yeah. Let's see. I finished watching The Leftovers, which was one of the things I was watching last time we talked. And it's amazing. It's on HBO. You can get it on HBO now. It's fantastic. It's only 3 seasons long. It's worth watching. I also obviously watched a bunch of movies, watched Jedi, did a whole podcast with Nerd Mosh Pit and Big Pop Matt. It's a 2.5 hour long podcast about Last Jedi. So if you want to talk Jedi stuff, definitely go to malice-corp.com.
So what you're saying is you're going to steal the ideas from them and come over here and tell us everything they said.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah. But yeah, life's good.
Good. How about you, Zoro? What have you been what was the geekiest thing you got for Christmas? And what are you?
My mom got me a robot. It's a Roomba. It's a Roomba.
I'm afraid. Okay.
No. I'm not Japanese.
Have you taken your iPod and put your iPod on top of it to make DJ Roomba yet? Because
no, because I refuse to purchase anything from the evil corporation.
Oh well, I mean, but you could use like a
no, I haven't. Yeah. I want to get a bunch of kittens and make a new YouTube video. Like, there's not enough of those. I spent a lot of time watching a lot of nerdy stuff. I watched Black Mirror, the new stuff. I saw Bright, Justice League, Jedi. Pretty much everything nerdy that happened over the last month and a half, I saw.
You were a part of, yeah. Nice. Super. What did you do this Christmas? What was your nerdiest gift you got, or nerdiest thing you did?
I think to go outside the box, literally, my friend made me my very own dice rolling box for Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh. Very nice. That is awesome. All right.
And yes, very nerdy as well.
A little container to roll them in. And she handmade this herself. I thought that was
I'm going to say I think it was
with the blood of your enemies.
And it was made with love. You were breaking up a little bit there. I just had to interpret. Sorry.
Did we talk?
That's okay. I'll work on my connection. Oh yeah, we've been talking some Buffy in the chat room.
Because all I see is mustard in the chat room.
The mustard. Oh. Yeah. I had to sing it.
We're like Mr. Mustard.
Okay. Did we get on to Igor, what he's been geeking out on?
That's who we're on now. So go ahead, take it away.
Well, I got my dear old dad. My entire family took good care of me, but my dear old dad gave me Chuck Jones's autobiography, creator of such wonderful things as Pepe Le Pew. And if you look at it, even made the entire thing a flip book. Wile E. Coyote chases Roadrunner from the top of the first page, starting at the first page, and then on the very last one is him just finally walking off screen at the bottom of the cliff. It's a beautiful thing.
Nice.
And while there is a lot of fracas over Destiny 2, a little bit understandable, I think Walking Dead fans will still agree with me that it's great getting to hear Morgan shout at you supportively the entire time in PvP. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Speaking of Walking Dead, in terms of geekiest gift, here's mine. So, my wife went to Costco for me and got me all 3 of the compendiums for Walking Dead.
The volumes you could kill someone with.
Yeah, they normally are $60 books, and they were $37 at Costco, so you kind of couldn't pass that up.
Literally, if there's a zombie apocalypse, he can use those as a weapon.
Build a shelter.
Go for a marshmallow, leave with a couch.
Yes.
Exactly.
And 24 jars of peanut butter.
That, and I finally got a Yeti, so I don't sound as bad. I mean, I always sound bad, but now you can hear me sound bad crystal clear.
Right.
Okay, so this
Your
is
beard will make up for it. It's okay.
Apparently, Ken Johnson was not asking if I was in the closet. He was asking if, Igor, are you literally in a closet right now?
Well, we already know. We know who's literally in the closet right now.
They haven't unlocked the door yet, so I don't know.
It looks like the stuff on the shelf is about to fall on his head.
Marley says it's more like the pantry that he says.
Okay.
What's outside of room?
We're losing it. Okay. So guys, chime off in the chat room things you want to talk about that happened in December that we haven't been able to discuss. Before we get into that, Beacon had some Netflix stuff he wanted to talk about.
Netflix news. Everybody knows I love Netflix. So
Next you'll say you love audiobooks. Come on now.
Next you'll say you love audiobooks.
That's crazy.
Come on now.
Totally true. I do love me some.
I do love me some.
Sorry, I was waiting for the echo. Okay, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
All right. Netflix increased its budget this year to $8 billion is what they're spending on content. So huge budget. They're planning on releasing 80 original movies in 2018. So that's obviously a wide range between comedies, dramas, animes, action films, foreign films, and adult documentaries. Films. Yeah. Adult not that.
High production value. That's all I'm saying.
Right? They're dropping a lot of money on that one. But there's also tons of series news that just came out over the last couple of days, including there's going to be a Lost in Space reboot. Series of Unfortunate Events season 2 will be coming out. There's a new David Letterman show that's coming out, and former President Obama will be the first guest on it. So that's pretty cool. Marvel's releasing Jessica Jones 2, Luke Cage 2, Daredevil 3, and Iron Fist 2. And besides the Iron Fist 2, I think we're all excited about that lineup.
Yeah, the rest of those are great.
The rest are awesome. I just want Iron Fist 2. I don't care about the rest of those. Yeah.
Yes, Marley, they are.
Oh
yeah, I was talking about like Ken Burns and stuff.
Documentaries are adult films. Yeah. That threw me off. But also coming out, House of Cards season 6, Ozark season 2, Arrested Development season 5, Glow season 2, all coming out here in 2018. So it's going to be a pretty epic year for Netflix. They are really just push and go on trying to blow up 2018.
And Robert says they can iron fist themselves.
Sorry, can you do it again?
So, and they do want to talk Punisher. We are going to get into that. So, for everybody that watched,
it was amazing. 2 word, amazing.
Right.
Amazing.
He's so mad. So mad.
Yeah, Netflix has a ton of stuff coming, so that's pretty much the easiest way to say.
Yeah, lots of really, really cool stuff coming. So, yeah. And we had Bright. Did you guys see Bright?
I watched it.
I watched it, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I forgot. Stranger Things season 3 also has already been. It's going to be released by the end of this year. So,
well, they kind of got to do that because they're going to have to compete with Disney in a year because.
Yes. Yeah, because Disney's pulling out all their things in 2019. But
plus, when you're making a show with kids as the main characters, you have to snap those seasons out while they're still young enough to be recognizable.
A true story. They also said they're really trying to move into an area of creating content rather than just streaming content that other people have created. So they're really revolutionizing that platform. If you think about where they came from, of being a home rental, DVD rental company to where they're at now, it's pretty awesome. And now they're putting out new content, and I liked Bright. Most of the people that did reviews on it didn't like it, but I liked it.
Like I said, it was good action. It felt like Bad Boys 2 on acid with elves.
Bad Boys 2 on acid with elves. Now, if that was actually what it was, I think I would have enjoyed it more.
It's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, Ken says it was amazing. Rob said Bright was okay.
You could say amazeballs. It's totally okay.
I'm afraid of phrasing.
I was actually only disappointed in it because I know it was written by Max Landis, and everything else I've run into is really cool or awesome. I recommend the short film The Slab or the comic The Green Valley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're
having some technical issues.
Yeah. It wouldn't be MaliceCast first season.
We think that you should like. We think that you should like hearing us talk so much that you should hear us talk repeatedly over ourselves.
Heck yeah, dude.
Darn too.
We want to throw it at you twice as much. So, but yeah. So some of the other big quick news that happened. They officially announced that Game of Thrones is not coming back till 2019 on HBO. You guys have to wait even longer for those.
Tormund's beard is going to be so freaking big.
They never confirmed it officially. It wasn't until this week that they did.
Well, that sucks, but I was kind of expecting it. So, on the bright side, the trailer for Westworld 2 came out, or Westworld Season 2 came out.
Did it? Oh, I have not gotten a chance to see it yet. I'm going to do that right now while you guys are podcasting. Was it good? The trailer?
Yeah, the trailer looks great. And, of course, then afterwards I went down a YouTube rabbit hole and watched some dude who breaks down all the trailers and broke down the ending of last season, the timelines and all this kind of stuff.
That was one of the things I binge watched while I was gone, too, is the entire Westworld. And, man.
Such a good show.
Like, how did I wait that long to watch it? I don't know.
I just like that it seems. I really like that it seems like they're going for every detail from the original concepts, including the multiple parks.
Yeah.
So, do you have something
if you know all the details?
Say, Super?
What was that?
Did you have something you wanted to say?
In regards to what? I dropped for a second.
We were just trying to get you into the conversation. We were talking about Bright and
Game of Thrones and Westworld.
Yeah,
and Game of Thrones coming back to 2019. Westworld Season 2.
All good in my opinion. I have finished Bright personally. I was saving it for this weekend. I was catching up on stuff. The Punisher, which was I liked it. It was dark. and so I thought it wasn't the best. Probably not. The plot was a little slow in parts, but overall, I think it delivered. The strongest character for me was the wife of the guy that was supposed to be dead. I really liked that actress, really liked her. I thought she held up well to all the strong testosterone.
She went Hodor.
Oh.
And lag.
We're doing so much stuff right now.
Game of Thrones is still surprising me with respect to Star Wars. I'll just say that so I don't get into spoiler territory.
I'm going to do this. We're going to switch over.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what the heck we missed. Back into things. Everybody wanted to talk about Punisher. That's what Ken brought up in the chat room. So who's watched it so far besides Beacon?
I have seen it.
And thoughts compared to Defenders? Did it redeem Netflix Marvel from Defenders Iron Fist? Because I know people weren't as pleased on that. What do you think of it, Ken, in the chat?
And I thought it was great. It was compelling. It had a nice story arc. As many people as he kills, you still really root for him. Yeah, it was great.
That's how you should be writing, Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Those last two episodes were so brutal. Like, they were amazing, though. Just the cinematography, the writing, everything, top to bottom, was so well done on that series.
Yeah, I
That's
haven't
one
gotten
thing.
fully through it yet.
That's one thing I really have to give Netflix for their original productions. I still haven't gotten into the older things like House of Cards, but even something as divisive as Bright, the camera work on everything from that to even Daredevil season 1, as literally dark as that was, all the shots you could see looked really cool right out of the gate.
And Netflix isn't just doing really good superhero stuff. I watched a show on there called Dear White People. Great comedy about a black college. I just watched Glow, which was amazing, and it got the song "I Am the Warrior" stuck in my head for like a week and a half.
I was wondering about Glow because I remember that from being a kid, and so I was a little surprised when I saw that suddenly pop back up.
Yeah, I never actually watched it in the 80s, but I looked up some clips after watching the show, and I was like, huh. They really did that. That's cool. Plus, you get to see Alison Brie bouncing around on dude from Mad Men in the first episode, which is nice.
It's a documentary then? Is that what you're saying?
It is. It's made. I believe it was made by Ken Burns. Oh, and by the way, Mark Maron kills it in that show.
Oh, does he?
I got lost for a second there.
She's freezing out. We can't hear what. Ken says Glow was good. Great series. Looking forward to next. Glorious Ladies of Wrestling. Robert says as we get the full wording of it. Yeah. So speaking of going on, let's talk about the one thing that everybody was bringing up earlier on Facebook that they wanted to talk about and chit chat about, and that's Star Wars: Last Jedi. Yeah. Jack, go ahead and turn off your headphones because we know you haven't watched it. We'll send you a message on Facebook when
I would say though, do yourselves a favor and you need to listen to the Nerd Mosh Pit. It's a 2-part episode. We split it into 2 parts because it was that long. Literally over 2.5 hours of me, Big Papa Matt, Kenny, Nick, and
the other guy,
Steven talking about Last Jedi. Man, we just talked it all up. So then at the end we ranked our Star Wars movies from worst to best. So it's definitely worth getting into if you want to get into the real nitty gritty of
but I'm going to want to
scene by scene.
I'm used to talking to you guys on podcasts, so if I listen to it, I'm going to want to like yell answers at you. Like, no, that's all wrong.
talking to Super Hoovian right now in the chat on the separate chat. I think she's Juju Magumboing her roommate right now.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Because he's had some stuff going on at the house and it may have messed up some of the internet over there. So
normally that stream
we still get to see her.
Be good.
So, and guys, if you've gotten tired and been waiting for something to come out to pique your interests, malice-corp.com. That is the website that we represent. And there's going to be articles coming out on that because there's going to be a new Nerd Fight coming, which means there's going to be places to go and vote for things on the Nerd Fight. We're going to start that one again up today. And now that I'm done with Best Ofs, there will be articles in terms of current nerd news going on that'll start coming out because I won't have to edit all these best of videos anymore. So make sure you guys check out malice-corp.com. You can see it there in the corner of the screen written, or you can go down the descriptions below on the YouTube page, and the link is there to click on along with all other links. But definitely check out our website. Some of the stuff isn't updated right now. I think Super Hoovian had a new article come out, but make sure you check out the website. We are going to be getting more active on that again. Everybody is talking about which Transformer Super Hoovian sounds like in the chat room. Megatron or Shockwave because of the cutout. So and
whichever one punches their roommate in the face, that's which one she sounds like.
Exactly.
It's my favorite.
I have never. She looks so angry in the photo.
Was Shockwave the one with the tape player in his chest, or was he the tape? No, because the tape were like two pterodactyls or something like that.
Soundwave.
It was Soundwave?
Soundwave. Shockwave I thought was the jet. So
Anyway,
I don't know. But did she freeze looking like she's going to go murder somebody?
I think she's going to.
that right there is a murder face. Okay.
Wait, I mean, we have no evidence. There's no proof here. None.
I would like to introduce Exhibit A into evidence.
Okay, this is what happens when you go on hiatus. You come back and all the things that you did to get better have gone out the door and the window, and we are going to attempt to get better again for the next cast. But yeah, Last Jedi. Let's talk about Last Jedi.
Yes.
What do we think? Good, bad, indifferent. Go, somebody.
I really liked it. I think there was definitely some holes, and floating space Leo was dumb, but everything else was pretty entertaining.
So you didn't
what do you think, Igor? Let Igor go ahead.
I think there's a lot of flack for the gambling planet, and while I can understand that plot wise, damn, it was a nice set piece. So yeah, I'd say it really still comes out ahead because you go to the movies to see the movie primarily. Second, the story is still important, mind you, but if what you wanted most was the good story, you'd be listening to it or reading it, quite frankly. And it was a gorgeous and just really, really, it was an awesome set piece. They even included new animals without making them obnoxious and cute, which I appreciated.
And we got a better answer about who was who on Transformers. Ken says Soundwave was the tape player, Shockwave, Megatron knockoff. And he says they did Luke dirty.
I don't agree.
I
think.
Go Beacon.
I loved it. I guess I really, really liked the movie. I didn't love it, but I really, really liked it. It's way better than the 3 prequels, like by leaps and bounds. I thought it. If another podcast I'll promote real quick though is the Fat Man on Batman, Kevin Smith's. His take on Last Jedi is fantastic. If you got 90 minutes to listen to it, it's great. Rian Johnson is a genius. Like the way that you go into that movie thinking you know what's going to happen, and everything you thought that was going to happen didn't happen. And that's really what I enjoyed about it. Is it was new and it was different. And the more I think about it, the more I liked it. And the more I talk about it, the more I like it.
Robert says it was a 3-hour-long space chase.
The OJ and space scene.
Oh God, come on! It wasn't that bad.
And
Hey,
let's be.
we can hear.
Super.
I
It wasn't
hated.
that bad.
I hated the arc on the lasers in space. What was that?
Gravity.
I don't know.
They were coming in like mortar shots. It was
Proton
dumb.
torpedoes?
Are we just talking about our least favorite scene?
No,
we're just talking about what we thought about Last Jedi in general.
All right.
So.
Well, for me, the biggest spot of disbelief, suspend my disbelief, it was the scene at the execution when they're going to, chop Rose and Finn's head off and the blast hits and they're perfectly fine. Every single person around them is dead, but they get up and they're fine. And then the person that was standing right next to them, Phasma, is coming from the other room with a whole battalion of soldiers that are supposedly fine.
Yeah,
all in a span of 10 seconds. It was horrible editing, horrible plausibility. Took me completely out of the scene. Just
speaking of characters
awful.
that got done dirty, Captain Phasma. We
Yes.
barely saw her. There's supposed to be Gwendolyn Christie was supposed to have this.
Boba Fett Part 2. Boba Fett Part 2. All the hype died in a pit.
Well, that's what that's what somebody that a friend of mine brought up was that it felt to him like they basically just took JJ's ideas and like, oh, we don't like that. We're going to throw this out and let's get rid of Snoke. Let's get rid of, that's how they felt on it. Was they were characters that were pointless to have because they didn't want to progress with what JJ had planned with creating them in the first place.
Now,
I didn't get that, but
Death of Snoke and the fight scene afterwards, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
By far the best lightsaber fight in any Star Wars movie I've ever seen when they're fighting the Imperial Guards. Fantastic. Epic.
Absolutely.
I personally thought the killing of Snoke was extremely well done, showing how powerful Kylo's brain actually, how his willpower actually is to trick Snoke that way.
Hey, and there's a little bit of Solo in that, like he's totally like being a scoundrel at that moment. He's doing a little sleight of hand, a little trickeration, but yeah, he's also at the same time clouding Snoke's mind a little bit, and yeah, it shows how powerful Kylo really was.
And that's why I loved it too. That's why I loved it too, because from a storytelling standpoint too, how often do you get the megalomaniacal mastermind just cut down at the end of the first act? Oh, he was a sideline character. Surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise.
That was beautiful.
Ken says not all lame animals. What about the blue milk walrus?
Yeah, like
green milk, thank you.
That was kind of ridiculous.
No, hey, about it on the Nerd Mosh Pit, but it's a throwback to the first time we see Luke. He's on
drinking the blue milk. Yeah.
He's on the farm drinking milk. Yeah, on Tatooine. So it's there was a lot of, a ton of throwbacks to New Hope. There's the R2D2 scene where he throws up the Leia. That's a whole connection back. The ending where he, before he goes all ghost and he's looking at the two sons, it's all a mirror image of Luke's life from start to finish, from what we've seen in film, from New Hope to Last Jedi. It's one big, beautiful story wrapped up. And obviously we get to continue it on in ghost mode now.
So if we're mirroring Luke's story from the first, the original trilogy, do any of you believe that Rey's parents were really just nobody, junk scrap people from that planet?
Yes.
Because I don't. Then why would they have the scene of her parents flying away with her holding somebody's hand?
The whole thing on this that she said from day one is creating a universe that's bigger than it has been, showing that the universe is way bigger, that it's a huge galaxy.
Jedis are not just Skywalkers. Yeah.
So the opportunity
she just happens to have that much force.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, here's the thing, though. I don't agree with what Kylo says. Her parents, Kylo's like, your parents are a bunch of like, they sold you for drinking money, basically. I don't believe that part, because they literally leave on a nice ship. So
they could be something else, but they're not going to be a character that we're tied to from.
Yeah. And I would agree with that. I don't think she's a Kenobi. I don't think she's a Skywalker. I don't think she's connected to Mace Windu or anybody else. It's showing that the Force is like the whole Force Awaken thing is that Force is now available to more people than what we thought. And you see it at the very end with the little kid. You know, the Force is not just a Jedi thing, and that was what Luke was actually trying to teach Rey, is that the Force is not just something to be controlled by Jedi.
Right. I just think that if we're mirroring Luke's arc from the original trilogy, then in the third movie, she should find out something relevant about her family. You know.
And
but if they go the other way, that's fine.
Away from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for the little kid, did you notice that broom handle ended up looking an awful lot like a red lightsaber?
Yes.
At the very end of that scene.
A little bit.
I wonder how intentional that was.
Yeah, and then to shout out to in the chat room who has been here forever with us, Ken Johnson, Messianic Vader. He wrote his first article for Malice Corp before we took the break about Battlefront. So, guys, go check out his first article. I'm sure we'll have more coming, because once more come, then he can potentially be joining us here on the chat on the cast as well. So, yeah. So go check that out.
I liked that it was one of the few accounts I've seen on that was actually pretty dang balanced on the cons and the pros.
Yes.
So can we let Jack back in the room now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jack's still in the corner. Sorry, Jack. Sorry.
Has he not seen The Last Jedi?
No, he hasn't yet.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
He was joking about going to see it right now, during this hour.
He has been busting his butt with real life work. So the unfortunate thing is he is a huge Star Wars fan and has not been able to at least go see it and make his opinion of it yet.
We're gonna have to do a separate little Jedi cast, I think.
Speaking of, if you guys haven't noticed, the camo hat that I have on is actually all Mandalorian symbols to make it.
Yes.
So all the new hats. Because as you guys know, I wear different hats. I try different hats for each cast. So I have a whole pile that we're building up from last week. And there's some. I also want to bring last thing, because for next episode of Star Wars, which won't be a spoiler because there's no truth to this at all. But Ken does make a good point. We need Lando in episode 9. If anybody from Lucas is listening, Lando needs to be in it.
So
and
I got something for that.
He says that
please
that Lando should bring Lando back by having him answer Leia's call. Have Leia call him to
yeah. The casino world was supposed to be ran by Lando, and they were actually going to bring him into this movie. This is what the big scuttle is, and is that Lando was supposed to be in it running the world. So I would think that we should see him in the third one.
That would be awesome.
I was going to say, both of the freaking Lego movies use Billy D. Williams. Why Star Wars not? Why?
I was too busy filming something else.
In that context, why no Star Wars use Lando?
I was too busy making money.
All right. Well, I think we're spoiling it if Jack's listening. So
that has nothing to do with the So another thing I want to talk about. I don't know if you guys have checked it out. This was brought up on our Facebook Malice Corp group. If you guys aren't part of the group, please, in the description below, there's a link to the group. Go join the group. It's so we can keep the conversations going after the cast is over, and post anything that's nerd and geek related that you just want to talk about in that group. That's what the whole purpose of it is to geek out together. But in that group, they brought up things to talk about, and Black Mirror was brought up because season 4 of Black Mirror just came out. I had not watched this yet, and I was told, watch it. And so I finally sat down to binge it, and oh my God, this is a fantastic
some of the best
series.
Television out there.
Just finished the second season right now. I haven't started the third or fourth, but the actors that they have on this show, it's astounding, and it is that Twilight Zone type of. None of the episodes are tied together or anything like that.
I'm
so
3 episodes into the first season, so I'm way early in it, and it's pretty crazy so far. Obviously, that first episode is like.
And I honestly, I would not start with the first episode. The first one really kind of throws people off.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's so bad.
If you're going to start watching that show,
if you're going to
start watching that show, don't start with episode 1. Start with the episode called. Start with the episode called "The Entire History of Us." That was a fantastic.
That was a great episode.
Yeah, I mean the second and third episodes were good too.
If you're third episode in, you should have watched that because it's in the first season. So it is the third episode of the first season.
So
the history of
just one about memory, but anyway, go ahead.
It's the
with the cameras in the eyes.
Yeah. It's the history.
Oh, that's the one. Oh,
yeah. I love that one.
It's a good thing. The Twilight Zone tradition is carried.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say. It is near future technology based Twilight Zone, and I was talking to people at work about it. And I was like, "Do you know what they mean by Black Mirror?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, That's the Black Mirror. It's technology. It's the blankness of that screen when you're looking at it.
Didn't think about that. But no, just every episode I've watched so far, even if it's in a small tidbit that they've appeared in, because like I said, I've only watched the first 2 seasons so far. There is somebody in every single episode that you're like, hey, I've seen them in something. Hey, I and it's not small actors either.
There's more of those coming.
Yeah, I just watched the episode with John Hamm. Which was fantastic.
It was a long one too. It was like a Christmas special. I think it was 90 minutes.
Yeah. We were talking about it before. Gleason from the new Star Wars films.
The General Hux.
He's in an episode. The guy that played, even though it was a terrible, horrible movie, the new Fantastic Four, the guy that played Doctor Doom is in that episode of the history of.
He's a good actor, though. Terrible movie, but he was a good.
Well, the one that blows your mind when you see why this guy is blowing up now and why he's getting so huge. Second episode of the first season, the guy from Get Out, who's also going to be in Black Panther, and was in. That acting in that second episode of season 1.
Yeah. Very good.
Holy.
I haven't seen it in a while. What's that episode about?
It's the reality, where they're trying
the
to
reality show.
15 million.
Oh yeah, that is that guy. Nice.
That guy is an insane actor. And so just seeing these guys, if you haven't watched Black Mirror, go watch it.
Episode 2.
Don't start with episode
1.
I mean, you can watch episode 1, but make sure you get into the show first.
Yeah, because episode 1 may turn you away from it. Like it's that.
Although, like I said, the first episode, I kept thinking of Orgasmo when they brought in the guy to replace him.
Yeah.
Something we're not allowed to say on YouTube.
Yeah,
for the rating we want.
Documentaries.
So, but no, it's fantastic. But that's what I want to. We're still binging it, me and Beacon.
I'll have to catch up on it.
It's hard to binge, actually. It's probably one that you should like intermittently watch between binging other things.
I actually
break it up a little bit.
I've liked it so much that I probably would have been almost done with season 3 now. But after I watched the first episode of season 2 with the guy from Star Wars, that episode. When I was watching it by myself because my wife was like, I don't like this show. And so I was watching it by myself. And that episode with the way that the wife reacts to about him throughout the whole episode, that's the one with the digital.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Is exactly how my wife would react if I were to just, be gone or anything like that. So I was like, you got to watch this because this is you to a T. And she watched it and she's like, yep. So, that's, I had to go back and rewatch it, but otherwise I would have been into season 3 by now. That's a show I can sit down and just watch and watch.
Season 3 has 2 of my favorite episodes. The first one with Bryce Dallas Howard, which is all about whether or not the society is based on whether you have likes or not, like on your social media stuff. Every interaction you have, you give somebody a positive rating or a negative one, and your actual societal status is based on that. And it's real fun to see how fast that can crash. And then there's one called San Jacinto, which is maybe my favorite episode of the series. I'm not going to spoil anything about that. Just watch it.
Yeah. There's still some great chat going on about Star Wars in the chat room on YouTube. So guys, if you were not here live, come back to these live. We do these every Friday, 8 p.m. Join us live on the chat. There's conversation that our producer hasn't watched the episode yet, so I don't want to read off everything that's going on.
I want to read the
Oh, definitely not.
Robert just says if Disney was smart, they would make the movie of Darth Vader and his troops hunting Jedi and killing them. And that would be an amazing standalone Vader anthology movie.
It could be. If they do it right. If they do it right.
Yeah.
They could easily mess it up as well.
And we all can't wait for the standalone Kenobi movie because that's just going to be amazing.
Absolutely.
No, that's going to be awesome. Completely awesome.
Well, and they were talking about we talked about on Nerd Mosh Pit there, it's being delayed because they're trying to get Liam Neeson to reprise his role as Qui-Gon. And so I think
he should. Shame on him if he doesn't. He was the only thing good. Well, him and Ewan McGregor were the only two good things in The Phantom Menace.
I heard he was supposed to reprise his role actually even in episode 2, but it was a scheduling conflict. So as far as I know, he wasn't against it.
He was filming all those Taken movies.
I think so, actually.
But,
and then the train movie that he had come out.
That was kind of like Taken. Oh, anyway.
Definitely.
Yeah,
but,
big problem is we need that
bigger
film now than not just sure how long James Earl Jones has got. You got to go to the truth. Big problem, Matt.
We just get him to record a whole bunch of Vader stuff. That's.
Then we can go back and use it later. So maybe they would be able to reuse his stuff as opposed to.
No, don't talk to me about Darth Maul. They ruined Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. I don't want to talk about Darth Maul.
No, you didn't. Then you didn't watch Rebels and
Clone
Wars because
I liked Clone Wars.
They redeemed him in the Clone Wars show. So
I'm just a big fan of Ray Park. That guy's awesome.
Ray Park is awesome.
I'm just
Although
angry.
It's very weird to always hear whenever he talks. He's got that super Cockney accent. It's like, where does that come from?
You know what happens to Toad when he gets struck by lightning?
Oh God! Don't mention those terrible lines from.
Happy thoughts. Really good story treatment for Maul. Read the novel Shadowhunter. Darth Maul Shadowhunter was actually by Michael Reeves. It's great because it's two Padawans running for their lives because they know Maul is stalking them the entire time.
Oh, nice.
But you almost never see him. It's really cool.
And a great segue to that is if you want to go get the book, you can go to Amazon. And you know where you can go to Amazon? At malice-corp.com through our link. You know you're going to be shopping on Amazon anyway, so help us out, help a brother out, help a nerd out, help a geek out. Help us get better so that we can look better and sound better.
MEST needs more beard. Pay Amazon money.
No, that does not need more beard. Which I have to throw this out really quick because you have shaven now, Igor. But when you were growing the beard, nobody even mentioned it on the cast last season, and I have to say you were getting in there and getting involved, and there was no beard talk about Igor's beard. So.
I even get that white stuff like right here too.
I just had to throw that
phrasing, okay.
So,
oh boy,
sorry, I had to throw it out there.
Right on the chin, yeah.
It's toothpaste. Okay, it's toothpaste.
Decon disappeared.
And we've lost him.
I killed him. I'm sorry.
Last thing before we get into our nerd fight, which is guys, start throwing out what the best beard of 2017 was in that chat room, because that's what our nerd fight's going to be, and I'll explain the reasoning behind it. But
well, I'll ask him again.
Go ahead.
We get to the nerd fight. I want to throw in a potential choice for the nerd fight, so I'll have to get. I'll ask.
You get to choose your own. Well, if it's in 2017, it counts, but it's TV movie. Not, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, last thing that you guys were talking about that we didn't get to talk about on the cast that we usually talk about is CW. CW had their crossover.
Yes, they did.
All 4 episodes. It was on 2 nights.
I hate when they make me watch Supergirl.
I did.
Come on. With this year's crossover, the way it went, you didn't even realize that it was really a Supergirl episode. To be honest,
That's true.
because I couldn't even tell you, like, when Beacon asked me, it's like, so what order do I watch it in? Like,
Yeah.
who do I watch first? And I'm like, honestly,
No idea.
I don't know.
I ended up going to the CW app, and it just listed them like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, which was awesome. I liked how they did it this year. Because I'm with you, Zorro. I can't watch Supergirl. I just refuse to. So because it's super.
And it was
dumb.
so good. It was so good. This year's crossover.
Drama. That's what her superpower is.
And they actually did it much better than Disney and Marvel. Because I don't know who remembers that well for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Winter Soldier, but you literally couldn't watch the one plot line without spoiling the other, and that's no bueno. That's not cool.
Yeah.
So thank you, CW.
all my Marvel stuff on my computer, I've got it separated chronologically. So if you want to watch everything from Marvel on my computer from top to bottom, it's like broken up into chronologically by episodes in between movies and stuff too.
Well, I don't know if you saw on the Malice Corp on the group page on Facebook, Nate Blue Box. You know who Blue Box is, Beacon. Blue Box, who we haven't seen on the chat for a while, but that's how he's watching the Marvel, everything Marvel right now and he put a link on the
I totally saved that picture on my phone of the timeline, and it's pretty awesome.
And it's broken up by how the episodes go for S.H.I.E.L.D. with the movies and stuff like that. So
Agent Carter, S.H.I.E.L.D., all the movies, all the Netflix, everything put together in one timeline, as well as future seasons too. So.
So Ken says he likes watching Supergirl with or without sound. So I think that's an improvement all of a sudden, because last time we talked about Supergirl, Ken was complaining about it being more like Jerry Springer in the chat. So
no.
I think he's talking about having one of these near him.
It's not the best, but it's not trash like Jerry Springer, because that's just garbage. I mean, Supergirl at least has a couple good characters. It's got Cat Grant. It's got Callisto,
No, she hasn't been in it, right? I thought they...
You named the same person twice.
She was in a couple. I meant the guy that played Win. I like the guy that plays Win. And I like Martian Manhunter. So when they focus on the Martian Manhunter storylines, it's a lot better. When they focus on when Cat Grant was there, so much better. When Cat Grant comes back and makes appearances, so much better. So it's nowhere near the level of Jerry Springer. That's just garbage. It's an insult to those three characters.
I think that was the point.
It's an insult to Jerry Springer. That's the difference, though, is I'll watch Springer.
That's one point I do have to give Supergirl is Martian Manhunter, because he's such an awesome character. He's been around since the 60s, and he's like two comics that have not sucked.
I strictly watch it for his character. The actor that plays him is awesome, and honestly, they just need to focus on his character a little bit more. I mean, I know it's called Supergirl, whatever, blah blah blah, but focus on his character a little bit more, and you will be so much better in the long run.
But then they should just make a Martian Manhunter show and not Supergirl.
They should.
He has 7 secret identities. 7 in 3 countries. He can turn invisible.
The man's
He's a telepath.
Right.
He has laser vision. He's a Martian. How do you make him boring? How?
Ridiculous.
Speaking of Superman, did everybody see Justice League?
I haven't seen it.
What? You haven't seen it yet?
I haven't seen it.
It was worth seeing.
It was good.
I've been busy editing videos to put up on YouTube.
It was way better than BVS. It was surprisingly entertaining.
It was pretty good.
It was. Okay. It was.
I heard it was actually pretty good. I wish Big Papa Matt was in here, because we had some interesting conversation about it. I talked to him about it, and he was talking about that. For him, he could tell when you could see when Joss took over, and it was So, which he said changed the dynamic a little bit to him, and he didn't like it as much. I think he's got to bring it up.
Well, I mean, DC's movies just have issues altogether, and so it's to me they're trying too hard to do what Marvel's doing, and they're not doing a good job of it. And so you have to almost like dissect the movie and take what was good out of it. But to say that to come off the heels of Wonder Woman, which was an amazing movie, and to give us Justice League. It was okay. I mean, I enjoyed the movie, but
I did enjoy it. I think
we were all hoping it would do what Wonder Woman did.
I think people are more happy with the factor that Joss took over a portion of it. Because did you guys hear the news today with the cosplayers?
No.
So apparently, there's a large group of cosplayers that are getting together to petition outside of Warner Brothers to get Snyder cut from the Justice League.
I heard something about them wanting to release the uncut, because I guess he had like 3 hours was his original.
Oh, okay, so they want the Snyder cut, is what they
Yeah, they're saying they want the director, like the uncut director's cut, and they want the right to be able to watch that. And I'm like, shut the hell up! Like, sorry, like
that's okay. So I was just reading wrong. That's what Big Papa Matt's bringing up in the chat room, is that you can see the clear tone and changes, and that the Snyder cut will be better.
Right. Well, I don't disagree that because you're getting his vision from start to finish, but in who knows what exactly Joss did, and how he may have changed the thing, but I don't know that it would have made it that better. I guess we'll see if they ever release a uncut director's cut. Well,
who knows? They will. They'll get everybody to buy Justice League on DVD, and then they'll have another edition come out with the Snyder cut, and then so on and so forth.
Snyder cut.
So, yeah.
I hope they call it that too. I hope they call it Justice League: The Snyder Cut.
Justice League slow-mo.
Dark and slow.
All due respect to Joss, though, he's got a long and great history of script writing. He's great with the stories and the characters, but he doesn't have nearly as much strength in directing the scenes, that kind of thing. That's what even I keep hearing about Zach's biggest detractors. They keep saying, he can make it look good. He can make it really look good. The storytelling, but it looks awesome.
You think Zack Snyder, you think visual style, you think Joss Whedon, you think light and fun plot.
Yeah, pretty much. And honestly, with the Justice League movie, I would want visual extravaganza.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we're getting to the end of this. There's a lot more stuff to talk about that we missed. So, guys, definitely leave a comment below if there's something that you wanted to talk about that we weren't able to get to, so we can continue those conversations going. Or hit in the descriptions below the link to the group. Go ahead and hit that. Join the group on Facebook. And let's keep those conversations going on Facebook as well. There seems to be a great one going about whether Wonder Woman was amazing or not in the chat right now. So, yeah. So keep those conversations going in the comments below or on the Facebook page. Let's get into the nerd fight. So, nerd fight is going to be the best beard of 2017 from film or TV. So it has to be something that was done in 2017, not something from 2 years ago or 3 years ago or anything like that.
Right.
The reason for this is in a couple weeks, we will be having our first Malice Corp awards ceremony, basically what we deem best film of 2017, comic book, best sci-fi, best book that was read or whatever, and we are going to be calling these the Malice Corp Epic Beardos. And that's what's going to kick off these, is getting the best beard of 2017, which then will create a little bit of a fun ceremony to show the winners, which we'll show you on the cast that day. But until then, we want to get a fight going to who actually had the best beard, and because beards are kind of all over the screen here, we figured it was something to talk about. So, how do we want to do this? Do we want to give the chat room the very first vote?
It's a new year. Let's start with the chat.
Works for me.
Because I'm sure Big Papa Matt will have one really quick to throw up there. So,
well, they're talking. They're debating the merits of Wonder Woman still, so we'll have to see. A producer just threw out Tormund Giantsbane, so
okay.
Which, God, that was a beautiful beard. Is a beautiful beard. Will continue to be a beautiful beard until after.
Which one?
Tormund.
Tormund.
Oh yeah.
Giant Speed. Yeah.
Let's going. Let's see. So,
Yeah. Unless the chat's got something else, I don't know that anybody's going to disagree with that beard.
no, I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
I've got mine.
Next.
So, is that what we want to just give it to Jack as that's his
Sure.
vote
If we
for
see something else pop up in the chat, we'll do that. So
I'm going to switch over to a share screen here really quick for you guys so that you can see who we're talking about. Can you see that?
Yes, we can.
Talk again.
Huh?
Yeah, we can see
That's
it.
sick.
Okay. So there's Mr. Tormund. I think that's actually his shorter beard. I'm
It is.
very confused as to what the heck this is, though.
That
But yeah, so
is terrifying. Is what it is.
that was terrifying. Many pictures of a great epic beard. So Tormund's definitely in the argument there for
Absolutely.
epic beard. Big Papa Matt still hasn't chimed off in the chat room. He has our epic beard, so I would love to have him put his chime in there if you guys want to tell me what he says. But let's I'll go last on this one since I'm always the one talking the most. And I think Super Hoovian will go second to last since she was the one that was winning the most, and it was her and me winning the most last year. So I think we should get the last picks. You cool with that,
Yeah.
Super?
Yeah, definitely.
So that being the case, of course, the persons that were losing the most should be the ones getting the first pick. And we all know who is at the bottom the most of the people that are on this group. Zorro.
Oh,
Oh,
So
friggin' Simpsons got one vote.
One was close to last.
That was really sad.
yeah,
Even
Insane.
Sue Storm got more votes than The Simpsons.
I was like, you guys just handed me the win. Nope.
nope.
Not even.
All right, that's fine. I
So
don't
you
think
get to-
he's
you
gonna
get to
win,
pick
but
your-
but this is a very pretty man and a really nice beard. We were just talking about, yeah, Jason
yeah.
Momoa,
Is it?
Justice League.
Mhm.
That is a very pretty man. That's all I have to say about that.
Can't resist these pearly whites.
Yes, there we go.
I get my pearls.
I can't.
Dude, Dustin,
can't.
stop doing that.
Okay, so
You be careful with where you're. There we go. Yeah.
we're taking
Yeah,
you're
let's see,
taking
what are the
Jason
tabs
Momoa,
you have
Justice
open?
League. I was trying to
Yeah.
expand it, but so yeah, he's definitely got a beard.
Fantastic beard. Yeah.
And as
Yeah.
Super Hoovian said in our best ofs as we went over him, he's all beef. So,
Yeah.
He is all beef. He is a beefcake.
yes. Okay.
Where's the beef?
Oh, there's
Igor.
the second from the chat. There you go.
What do we got from the chat?
Robert just threw out
That's a
Logan,
good one.
which is a fantastic
Logan,
one.
very good.
There
Very
we go.
good movie.
There we go.
That's a good one.
Hugh Jackman knows how to
That's-
sport a beard, dude.
That's the beard that started 2017 too. So that was the beard that birthed them all.
Yep. There's our Logan beard.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
That was a majestic beard for sure. So, Igor, do you have a beard?
Gonna
though?
go straight from grizzled old man to crazy old man. Got to give it to Luke Skywalker
Oh,
because my goodness, a few things about that character presentation said, "Here is all the impulsiveness of Obi-Wan and all the craziness of Yoda all at once." Then that crazy hair and that wild freaking beard. It was beautiful.
And they're not to spoil a plot point, but if you pay attention to that beard in that movie, it tells you something before you're supposed to know it.
true. Don't say anything more, but yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask. Are we saying just both beards, or
No, you got to go with the crazy homeless Luke.
Gotta go with the
So we've got the pointed, the look of
Yeah.
awe beard. There we go. Look of awe.
Fantastic.
That's a man that will yell at you on the sidewalk.
About his shoes.
I don't give a damn about the Force. Sorry.
Dog,
Anyway.
dog, the horse, jump it, bingo!
Okay. Beacon, you get the next.
I'm going off the grid. I'm going with one of it was a great documentary that I watched that came out on Netflix. It's called Jim and Andy, It's about Jim Carrey's journey as Andy Kaufman in
Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon. Thank you. Man on the Moon. Yeah. Fantastic documentary. I highly recommend it. And his beard is like, you're gonna have to look up Jim Carrey. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, I got it. It's here. There it is.
Glorious.
And the white eyes to go with it.
That's almost as good as the one that he had when he went to the VMAs, like in, I think it was the mid 2000s, early 2000s, something like that, where he was dressed as a total hippie. He had a beard down to his belly, and walks up, he goes, "How come there's not more awards for Fog Hat?"
So I gotta tell you, like, if you guys I think everybody's seen that movie, but the documentary is amazing. When you see all the stuff that he did behind the scenes, one of the lines in the documentary is they basically said that the off-camera things was the real movie, and what you saw in the movie was just, you know, what came out of it, because he really got into the character and stayed into the character. There's times that his driver was saying that he would go home as Tony Clifton and then like wake up as Tony Clifton, and he like went and looking for Spielberg at one point, yelling outside of a studio as Tony Clifton, like throwing things. And
they said he basically Daniel Day-Lewis the whole movie, like he stayed in character the whole time. Which, and I heard
from start to finish,
I heard on a podcast, I think it might have been Fitzdog or something like that, where they were like, yeah, you know, he even stayed in character as Andy when he was meeting Andy Kaufman's family.
Yeah, he had a conversation with Andy's daughter, who never got to meet her father, never got to meet Andy, like it just never happened. And like he basically channeled Andy to where people like Danny DeVito are going, like, it's so crazy right now. Like, this is so odd that he's Andy. Like, it's and then he even said, like, after the movie, he was like, it took me a long time to just figure out who am I? Who is Jim Carrey? And like, he goes deep philosophically at the end of the and it's fantastic. It's just, go watch it. It's worth it. It's only like an hour and a half long. You'll want to watch it multiple times because it's great. It's so good. Anyway, thank you very much.
Okay, Sarah, what's your choice?
All right, so who's been picked? We've had Logan, we've had Tormund, we've had Luke, we've had
Jason Momoa.
Aquaman. All right, I'm gonna go out on a total limb here because we didn't even talk about this movie, at least as far as I know. And Ian I am ashamed of you for not bringing this up because this was the best part of the dang holidays. So shame on you. I am throwing out Sean Spencer from Psych, busting out the soup can Sam beard.
It was a beard within a beard, and it was a half beard within a beard.
A half beard within a beard to throw back to Santa Barbara Town when him and Gus split the beard in half. When Soup Can Sam and
God, that was so good.
And I have a picture saved to my desktop. So
there you go.
There's he's got the Hagrid wig on that he stole from Gus. Spencer from Psych.
Go back to the picture again.
That one.
Go back to the picture again for us and then talk. I got to see it again.
Oh, sorry. Can you see it?
Raise it up because you're cutting it off. But no, up.
No,
sorry, there we go.
The other way.
Down.
Hand down.
Bring your camera. Yes.
Perfect.
There you go.
He looks like the lead singer from what's that band? The
Muppets.
He looks like the drummer for the Muppets.
Coheed and Cambria. He looks like the lead singer of Coheed and Cambria.
Good Lord, Coheed.
Claudio, he really does.
That's my favorite.
All right.
Because that movie was fantastic, and we could do our own separate. I did write an article about that. It's on the site, so you can go see the review, see all the awesome pictures. But that movie was epic, and I'm so happy that they're back.
Okay, nice. Good
I
pick.
know, you know that I'm not telling the truth.
It is the singing episode.
It's like and in that movie, just the cover of Allison Road on the ukulele was amazing.
So good. And then Gus dressed as Prince and Jules as Princess Leia. I was dying. Oh,
Okay.
good.
So
Beautiful.
that leaves me with my pick. I had one that I was gonna go with, but then yesterday some magnificence got shown onto the Google Facebook conversation in the group about the beards, and I completely forgot about this beard, and I gotta go with Kurt Russell from Guardians of the Galaxy because
As ego.
Nice.
that is clean.
That is, like I said in the Facebook chat, that is a beard that can really boost one's ego. Hey-oh! Yes, dad jokes are back.
Oh man,
Intergalactic, planetary.
I've met him. It doesn't need any boosting.
Yeah, no.
Awesome.
I'm sure it doesn't.
His daddy was a planet. If you haven't heard the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, by the way, it's fantastic.
Yes. Well, all their.
You can actually go to Amazon. You can go from our website, go to Amazon, and you can actually buy the album. They will send you a legitimate DVD, or not DVD, CD. I know that we don't get those anymore, right? But then you can also get the digital download.
I don't have anything to put a CD in anymore, DVD. I guess
Right?
my
Your car.
PlayStation.
Just your car?
I do not have one in my car. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
So,
PlayStation will do it.
so that's going to be our nerd fight. That's going to start out the new year. It's going to go 2 weeks, just like before, for the nerd fight. So you have 2 weeks to vote on them. We'll get the links into this video later on the descriptions because we don't have an article up for it right now. But that will start on Sunday at malice-corp.com. So definitely, what was that?
For
Did we lose her again?
Never mind.
Oh, she's back.
sorry about
And
that.
we're back.
Sorry about that. I accidentally hit the back button on my phone. One honorable mention I think we should throw out for the beard because we are a big feature here, and we got to give it up to Jesse Custer.
Yeah,
he's got a good
Yeah.
That's a shout out because I know we got a lot of Preacher fans on Twitter, so he gets my honorable mention pick for 2017.
And those that have seen The Leftovers season 3, which was 2017, Justin Theroux's beard in season 3 is fantastic, as well as David Eckstein's beard is great as well.
Oh, and the Punisher at the beginning.
Yeah,
that was the
Punisher.
other one that I was going to have was John Barenthal. There's the beard for Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's great.
Good stuff.
But yeah, so let's talk about where we can follow everybody to come back next week. And guys, definitely vote because this is what's going to happen. Just to let you know, so it's going to be fun. But what's going to happen is whoever the winner is, so the best beard. So go and really vote for that best beard. But whoever the winner is, what we're going to do is the winners of each category, we're going to superimpose that beard onto the winner. So if Wonder Woman ends up winning for best comic book movie, I don't know if it's going to or not. That's going to be a consensus that happens. But when people are talking about it, that would be Gal Gadot with, say, Tormund's beard.
That would be awesome.
It'll be some fun stuff, some funny things to do. But yeah, definitely make sure to vote. Get out there on Twitter. Get on Facebook, stuff like that. Tell people about the poll and tell them to vote for the best beard of 2017. And now we'll talk about where to follow everybody. So you can follow the main whole of geeks and nerds from this group on Twitter at MaliceCorp. Links are in the descriptions below. Instagram, Malice_Corp. That's where all the thumbnails come out. And you can follow our producer, Jack Malice, on Twitter at Jack_Malice. Right? I always get that mixed up. Where can we follow you, Beacon?
Beacon_Malice Corp on Twitter and PlayStation if you're interested in gaming.
Okay. Zorro?
I am at IC Zorro on both Twitter and Instagram. NyQuil's really kicking in.
No, I'm just seeing
NyQuil, we love you, you giant. Can't say it. Sorry, kids.
What a great
NyQuil's
idea.
bad.
Put a huge Q on the box.
Yeah, they're saying that the Big Papa Matt should have been on the nerd fight. He's
Didn't
on
we
YouTube. So it
seed
counts as
him
TV.
Tormund?
No,
No. His beard.
literally Big Papa.
Oh.
This should be on the nerd fight.
He'll be helping the winners exercise proper grooming.
Yeah. And they said that my beard's more gnarly than his now. Not necessarily good, just gnarly. So it needs a trim. Where can we follow you, Igor?
Well, I'm actually starting something new with Twitch too, because I'm working way too hard myself. So with Bloodborne 2 on the way, I'm going back into Yarnum. Feel free to join me as I scream and cry my way through it. Harris_Doubleton on Twitch, and also on PlayStation. Harris_Doubleton. If you want to maybe play along with me or give me a hard time during it, up to you.
Okay. Yeah, and I actually just reached out to you on PlayStation, and you accepted my invite. So we'll get to play some Destiny or something here soon once I get onto the game.
Sherpa Igor is ready.
Super. Where can we follow you?
Follow me on Twitter at SuperHoovianNut. You can follow me on Instagram too at SuperHoovianFreak. But the Twitter is definitely where I'm more active, and it's always a good time chatting with people, hanging out. I'm starting the countdown. I'm going to be MEST next month. I'm getting my tickets to Vegas Con for Supernatural.
Nice.
So I'm going to be live at the 4 days Vegas Con doing the you'll see me on YouTube. We'll be uploading some feeds from the panels. We'll be uploading whatever I can. I'm finally going to get to meet David Hayden Jones. We've talked on Twitter a lot. We did a lot of projects together last year, and so now I'm finally going to get to meet him. And so that's going to be awesome. You may hear me squeal from Vegas.
Nice. So we're
all the
going
way
to
from Vegas.
Some feedback from. Speaking of conventions, Sophia Rose is at MAG right now, and she was there when they just broke the world record for most wizards in one place. I think she said the record now is 600 something or something like that. It was 253 before.
That is
so
wizards in one place.
Weird things go on at conventions, MAG being one of them. You get a lot of wizards. So
definitely.
a new Guinness World Record broken today. You can follow this cast at MaliceCast on Twitter, and definitely do that. That will follow all the great people. Or you can also follow me at MEST_MaliceCorp on Twitter and MEST5150 on Instagram. I thank you guys so much for coming. I thank you for watching us. I thank you for sticking with us last year and coming back. We will be back here next week. It'll be a little bit more structured. Today was just let's get back on the saddle and get things going.
Yeah.
So thank you. And you guys keep nerding on, and we will see you shortly.
Stay nerdy out there.
Carry on.